As an environmental attorney, I will briefly address the deeply flawed Line 5 alternatives report and the state's way forward from a legal and scientific perspective. First, the science. The alternatives report grossly underestimates the damage already done to Line 5 and the likelihood of a pipeline failure in the Mackinac Straits, according to a recent analysis released by Dr. Tim, a flow advisor and retired Dow chemical engineer. Dr. Tim's analysis reveals that Line 5 is bent and deformed where Enbridge has failed for years to anchor it and now belatedly wants to do so. Dynamic risk fails to consider the neglect and abuse experienced by the pipeline for the first 50 years, instead using modeling data appropriate for virgin pipeline steel in the simulations for spanning and vortex-induced vibration risk. Based on average failures for all pipelines, Dr. Tim estimates a 46% chance of Line 5's failure in 2017 and a 72.5% chance in 2053. This is a far cry from the 1.6 or 1 in 60 chance as the report suggests. In addition, Flow and our science advisors find that the Line 5 alternative report completely ignores the most suitable alternative to Line 5, which is existing pipeline infrastructure, assumes the best case scenario for a spill, not the worst as required, inflates the impact of shutting down Line 5 to the UP propane supply. While the alternative report has proven to be a disappointing distraction, there is a real opportunity to get a true look at the condition and risks of Line 5 during Enbridge's permit process to install 22 anchors, where the state of Michigan must follow environmental laws in making a decision. The state's public hearing, as Kate mentioned, is tomorrow on the permit application in St. Ignace. By law, the Great Lakes and bottomlands are held in trust by the state of Michigan as public trustees for the benefit of its citizens. Given the unacceptable risk Line 5 poses to these waters and the feasible and prudent alternatives that exist, the state by law has a fiduciary duty to protect these public trust waters from harm. This means that the state must exercise utmost prudence at all times, just as Enbridge agreed when it was granted the privilege of an easement for its pipeline in 1953. Clearly, Enbridge has failed to adhere to this legal requirement. As a result, the state must terminate the easement allowing Enbridge to use Lake Michigan's lakebed for the 64-year-old twin oil pipelines. The state has the authority and responsibility to do so to prevent a catastrophic oil spill. The state can't afford to get this wrong. The Great Lakes power the pure Michigan economy, and half of all Michiganders and more than 40 million people in total get their drinking water from the Great Lakes. The state must apply the law now before Enbridge Line 5 causes what cannot be undone, a catastrophic oil spill in the Great Lakes. Thank you.